Kobenhavn because Danny Kaye did a movie and he did a whole song about it. And I remember I was taking a train to Amsterdam, and I remember that song randomly. I was like, I'm going to stop in Copenhagen, why not? Ended up there in 3 days of intense downpour, rain, getting drunk with a bunch of locals in a sailor bar. And this is from day 2, I believe, or from the time I got there through day 2. I stepped off the train in Copenhagen miraculously at the exact minute predicted by my train schedule, and to my chagrin, smack dab in the middle of a torrential downpour that had blanketed the city for the better part of 4 days. Pulling my backpack tight, stuffing 30 kroner and half a cheese sandwich in my pocket, I walked toward the travel kiosk in search of somewhere to dry off. The Copenhagen train station is a testament to the Danes' efficiency. A marvelous building with a tiny maze of shops and a ceiling so high that they give the appearance of an old Zeppelin hangar. I wandered around trying to get my bearings after the long train ride from southern Germany. Walking towards the bathroom, I almost ran into a guy holding shaving cream and toiletries right outside the John. Right, I thought. My second pickpocket experience has arrived. But he barely gave me a glance, and I excused myself and entered the bathroom, discovering the tiny plaque that read, "Washing hands is free. Use of wash for other purposes, 5 kroner." No wonder the guy outside the door failed to take any notice of me, I thought. No use selling shaving cream to someone with all the scruff of a hairless dog. I recoiled from the sink suddenly like it was a deadly snake. If anyone is allowed to wash themselves from these sinks for a small fee, then I definitely have to ask the Danes if sanitation is as important to them as efficiency. Time came to put the whole train station experience behind me. A quick perusal of the kiosk had shown affordable lodgings in a giant hostel across town. Being on the verge of broke, I walked calmly past the line of cabbies, all waiting for frivolous travelers who cared more for the condition of their shoe leather than their wallets. The number 12 bus was just pulling away as I jumped on board. Despite the exquisite accuracy with which it operates, the Danes really make a killing off their bus system. With barely any transfer time and a price tag that made you reconsider hailing a cab, I suddenly knew where the Redwood transit system had gotten their inspiration. One overpriced bus ride later, and I was dropped off, a wiser man, at a tiny stone bus stop in the middle of a huge circular intersection. Down a tiny cobblestone street where I could see the warehouse looming over the small buildings crammed on top of each other. After the hostile experiences in Germany, I figured nothing could be more bizarre and set off to grab a bunk for the night. The giant hostel turned out to be a warehouse filled from stem to stern with office cubicles, as if someone had transferred the entire nation's accounts receivable department and smashed them into the kind of space previously reserved for indoor swap meets. I paid my $9, was assigned my spot, and led toward the cubicle at the south end of this Danish shantytown. My cubicle was the size of a one-room apartment in San Francisco, 3 bunk bed sets, 1 on each wall. The other 5 bunks in my office assigned to a group of well-dressed Asian men, all carefully laying their clothes out for the next day. Light small talk revealed they were all members of the Chinese embassy. When I asked why embassy guests would stay in a giant warehouse in a waterlogged section of the city, the youngest looked up and replied, "Same reason as you. Where else can one find lodgings in Denmark's capital for under $10 a night?" So I'm just going to skip down real quick. What ended up happening was I spent 2 days trying to get from place to place in the city, unable to afford a bus, walking around in the rain the entire time. This was after I got back 2 days in a row trying to get into the Copenhagen brewery, finding they were closed both days, in a bad mood, and just kind of got there at the end of the night waterlogged. The rain refused to let up. The whole city was under siege as streets and alleyways became rivers of tributaries. From inside the makeshift bar next to the warehouse, I watched the storms threaten to blow a bus off the road. The bar, if you could call it that, was one of those mobile buildings they rent to construction companies as off-site offices. On a milk crate in the back, I thumbed through the hostel guest book without paying any real attention until I reached page 34. Crikey, the uneven scroll read. "All these Yanks I meet on this trip are so damn proud of themselves.